Ballerina review, guys. Get right to it. Action. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. Ryan680.
I'm Angela, Ange.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. You know what to do, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. And let's get right to it. Angela, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about one of our highly anticipated movies of this summer. Just as we're dipping into to summer in June, we are reviewing From the World of John Wick, Ballerina. So an assassin trained in the traditions of the Resca-Roma organization sets out to seek revenge after her father's death. So Ryan, get us started. I know we were really stoked about John Wick Chapter 4. You know, it was a fantastic movie. And to see this is one of the first spin-offs on this one, what were your first thoughts coming out of the theater with this one? I know we were kind of really looking forward to this. You know, we love the cast. We love that they're continuing a different chapter. So what are your first impressions here?
You know, this interpretation of a different perspective, if you will, of Ballerina, you know, the same house or the same organization that brought up John Wick was very, very, very intriguing. And the concept of it all, you know, it was just like, wow, okay, so the world of John Wick, what is this really entitled? What is this? What timeline does it take place? And it takes place right after chapter 3 and everything. But, you know, Ana de Armas is freaking amazing in this movie. She kills it. Hell have no fury of a woman coming in. This movie's more gory, I would think, even more gore versus the other versus John Wick 3 and under. I would say John Wick 4 got a little gory with the sword fight, but there's definitely a lot more sword fights in here, a lot more stabbing, a lot more axes to the face, if you will. There's a lot of great moments in this movie where it's really driven on her success of just being such a great, talented fighter as well. Like stunt, she did her own stunts, which it's just impressive. It really is. And she killed it. She killed it as this character. And to even more so, you know, I really enjoyed one of the things I really enjoy of the franchise as a whole is the fact that they have killer fight scenes. They're so sequenced. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of hard work, dedication to that. And I appreciate seeing that. And also the balance between her vulnerability because she is a woman. We saw that a lot of aspect in here as well. And the fact that, you know, she's going up guys like twice, 3 times, 4 times her size in strength and everything. And I like how they brought that real world persona into this movie. But anyways, what did you think, Angela? As a woman, what did you think of this movie?
Coming from John Wick, I know the ending is a little controversial. How you know, if it ended that way, great. If they continue it, great also. So I was kind of curious to see where this story was going to go, how it was going to tie into the, you know, timeline of John Wick. I know you said it was between 3 and 4, and I thought that, you know, I was a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. I really wanted this to succeed, and I really do think it is, because it was such a great film. Like you say, the action sequences were on point. I didn't know she did her own stunts, and I really respect her for that. I just cannot say enough great things as an actress. You know, I know she put a lot of effort, a lot of time and dedication to getting this right. The stunts, the action sequences were done so well, like phenomenal. And, you know, she just blew me away. I mean, she's just so captivating on screen. And to see the return of, you know, Keanu Reeves as John Wick was really awesome too. I know was spoiled in the trailers. We kind of knew, but it was just really great to see him reprise that role, and I really liked him. I liked the scenes we got him in. I know he doesn't talk very much, but still he has a commanding presence on screen as John Wick, and it was a really fun movie.
I mean, they had a conversation between him and
he doesn't
John
say,
and Eve's character,
but he's not a big dialogue-y kind of guy. You know, he says his pieces, but
we saw him and Ian McShane as well. So we saw both of them really as Winston,
Lance Riddick,
and they kind of control the narrative of this whole franchise, right? And also now they don't take like the main spotlight in this movie. They really don't, but their presence definitely helps keep viewers intrigued. It kept me intrigued. Kept saying like, oh man, look, there's John Wick, there's Winston. It's just a lot of stuff with just very,
and the director
I don't want to say nostalgia, right? Because it's not that old yet, but like more so like remembering how great the John Wick franchise is. And I feel like it gives a fresh take here, and even more so of why the franchise is not dead. And how we need more stories like this. And I feel like, and granted, you know, spin-offs are not always the best budget, like it's not always the best money maker decision. It's not. It doesn't have a really good track record of it, but who knows? Maybe this could be one of the first ones to really do that and everything. But yeah, because of the fact that it has the main character in here, I feel like that it's gonna intrigue viewers. Also, people want to see John Wick again. They miss John Wick. A lot of people do because of such a high note and such a high, exquisite, freaking amazing.
Yeah, like the fourth film was
movie.
Beautiful.
It was,
and considering that it's gone on for so long, it was a really great way to quote unquote end the franchise for right now. And agree, I was a little nervous about where this chapter is going to end because, like you say, typically historically, spin-offs don't do as well as the original franchise. But I think this was really great. I would love to see more of her story if they continue her story, and if they do consider other spin-offs, I'm curious to see what other characters they decide to bring into this universe. So again, I really liked it. I think a lot of people are going to like it out there. It's a great movie to watch for summer. It is a little bit gory, so not family friendly at all, but again, I think a lot of people are going to be turning out to the theaters, and I really hope they do.
Yeah, and there's also this, I forgot what scene it was, but it was a really cool, I think it was the scene where she's in the lodge, and you guys know what we're talking about, but that scene is really good. I really enjoyed the fighting sequences in there. That was really great action maneuvers, if you will, and it's just, I really enjoyed that film, those scenes and everything. So there's a lot to really partake in here. There's a lot that's kind of thrown at you, and it's great because it's so much action in here. It's action, literally so much action packed, and I feel like that it's not just useless action. It's a lot of story driven. It's narrative of her story, and yes, John Wick is in here, of course. All right, Angela, what would you give this rating of this movie? Not after seeing this film and everything. Now talking about this action packed movie, what would you give a rating of this film?
Oh, that's so hard because it exceeded my expectations going in, and I will give it a solid 8 because I really enjoyed the action sequences. They were done so well. All the cast was phenomenal. The story, like the way it broke off, but it still kind of was in that realm of the universe of John Wick, was fantastic storytelling. I cannot say how much of a fun movie it was. So a solid 8, in my opinion, is what it's warranted.
Okay, all right. And then, of course, I'm going to do a solid 8.5, almost a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed her character. I really enjoyed John C. Winston in here, the director as well. We got to see, in his final role, Lance Reddick.
Lance
Reddick, as may he rest in peace and everything. This is his last role. It was really great seeing him. I'm not going to lie. It really was. Just loved his character. Granted, he was always, he was a supporting role, but he was a significant part of the John Wick franchise when he came into it. He really took a role on his own, and just they made it sense. And that's what I did love about Lionsgate. When it comes down to the writing, every supporting character pretty much took action, if you will, literally took action, whether it be guns, fighting scenes, and just it really took action. And I really appreciate that a lot, that the characters all took part in the action sequences. So yeah, I'll admit I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed this movie and everything. So it definitely was a really high send off for him, seeing him in this film and everything. But yeah, 8.5 out of 10. Well, yeah. All right, guys. Well, if you haven't already, be sure to check this movie out, guys. I know everyone will, because this is the John Wick franchise. You know what to do, guys. And do not forget, let us know in the comments down below, what did you guys think of Ballerina from the world of John Wick, Ballerina? Let us know in the comments down below. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. Ryan680.
I'm Angela, that Kelly Ange.
This is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. See you at the movies. Latest.